Hi, Blakely Dunn here with Millennium Fitness. We are going to be doing some mobility today. Today's video is mostly focusing on relieving low back tightness, maybe even some low back pain. However, I would like to state I am not a physical therapist. I'm a certified personal trainer with American Council on Exercise. I am also a certified group fitness instructor with American Council on Exercise. And it's important for me to tell you that because I cannot tell you that what I'm about to present to you is going to cure any back issue. I'm not a doctor. These are just exercises that I have learned along my journey as a fitness professional as well as a fitness participant. Because of that, sometimes I don't always know the correct names and terms of the moves that we are going to be doing, so I make them up. I'll let you know if it's a move that I actually know the name of. Also, one more disclaimer, you will be finding little furry animals throughout this video. Alright, so let's get this started. This is going to be gentle. This is intended to be done every day. Often in our lives, we get stuck in the same movements, the same patterns, the same ways of doing things each day. And these things can contribute to, long-term issues going on with our bodies. So just getting up and moving each day in some form or fashion is exponentially helpful no matter the age or the size. The first move we're going to start with is a cat-cow. What our goal is today is to do 10 reps of every movement that we're doing, and we're going to do 3 rounds. I don't have music playing because my goal is for you to be able to play your own music if you want to, or even to do this in silence. So you may find me being a little quieter than normal in some cases. That would be because we're matching the movement to our breath. Oftentimes, matching movement to our breath is not only physically therapeutic, but also mentally. So let's begin with that cat-cow. If you do not feel good having pressure on your knees, skip this move. Just fast forward a little bit. But it's a good place to begin to get that spine ready. So with cat-cow, what we're going to do is as we inhale, we're going to arch our back and look up. And then as we exhale, we're going to round and press our back towards the ceiling. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So that's 5 reps. I'm going to pause just for a second for you to sit back, maybe shake your wrists out a little bit, roll them around. No, we're not speeding through these moves. Speeding through these moves is a waste of time. I want you to actually get the benefit. What I do want you to know, though, is your inhale and exhale speed may be different than mine depending on all kinds of factors. So if you're feeling like you're going to pass out because mine is more slow and you need to exhale before I do, go for it and count your own reps, okay? So here we go, starting back with that inhale and arching. Really getting that chest lifted, exhale and round. Really pushing that spine towards the ceiling and tucking that tailbone. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. Inhale. to move on into some lying knee pulls. So, okay, we're going to lay on our back. And if that feels good, you can sit here for just a second and think about that. And then what I want you to do is pull one leg towards your chest and grab your knee. Now, everybody's going to be a little different on this. I don't want you reaching to get to that knee, okay? So if this is all you got, then stop there. However, if you're keeping that back flat and you can grab that knee, go for it. And this might be all you got. If you can actually tug it a little bit closer to the chest, go for that. That's our goal. And then we're going to switch. That's one. Grab the other knee. Pull slightly if you can. And release. That's two. Pull. And release. Three. You can also do this move standing. If you feel you've got good balance. That's four. 5. You notice again, I'm not speeding. Speeding through these moves is just stupid. 6. Enjoy this. Taking this time out of your day for yourself. With all the other busy of the world going on. Slowing down, giving yourself time to slow down. And actually benefit and move. One more per leg. Perfect. Stay on your back, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing side-to-side knees. Yep. All right. So knees are up, feet are flat on the ground. I don't know if you've got a Rottweiler puppy in your way like I do or not, but I'm going to move myself around to get out of her way. Your goal, push her a little bit. Oh, little cute puppy. I promise she's alive. Your goal is for your shoulders to stay on the ground, okay? If your shoulder pops up at all, then you've gone too far. And we're just going to let these knees drop and sway from side to side. So this may be you, or you might be going all the way over. Do what feels good to you. Kind of stopped here for a second because I feel a little like one of those pains that like feel good. So when you run into something like that, if it's a pain that feels good, sit there and enjoy it. You don't have to follow exactly to my cues. You can pause, rewind, or fast forward. Again, going slow, fast would just not, you just will miss the benefit if you go fast. I've kind of lost count. I should have said in the beginning of the video that I'm a bad counter. So we're going to do one more on each side. And also to be clear, we're doing 10 total. So 5 per side, and the reason why is because we're doing 3 rounds. Feels good. Okay, next up, we're going to do lying leg up and overs. So, in other words, the only word that I have, or name I've actually known that's true and for real is the cat-cow so far. Okay, so I'm just moving a little bit because of this doggy. And I'm going to straighten my legs completely out. I'm going to have my hands out in a T, my arms, palms down or up. It doesn't matter, whatever feels good to you. But again, your goal is not to let that shoulder pop up. If it does, you've gone a little bit too far. This does not mean that you're going to be injured because you went too far or anything bad is going to happen because you went too far. It just means that you're not getting the full benefit of the movement. I hope that makes sense. You'll also probably notice as we move through this move that your ability to keep the shoulder down improves. So you're going to lift the leg up and then cross it over. So I'd love to be mobile enough to where this foot is touching the ground, but this is really kind of my hip area that we're working at here. But nope, I'm not mobile enough right now. But as I swing through, I may end up there. And notice I'm about to chill a little righty for a second. Oh my gosh, y'all. This feels amazeballs. Notice I don't have my legs super straight or anything. I'm slightly bent knee here. That's because I'm not trying to necessarily stretch my hamstrings. I'm actually focusing on my hips and my chest. Because when you kick over like this, I guess it's a kick, you can feel the stretch in the chest unless you're letting that shoulder pop up. I'm getting a little bit more depth each time I go through. So you come up first and then cross over your body. I'm not getting any depth on this side because there's a little snotty Roddy down there. I might have to just push her on out of the way. Oh. And I'm kind of just hanging. I don't know if you're noticing when I get over to that, my leg gets over there on that side, that I'm kind of like lingering there. And it's because it just feels amazing. Oh, yes. Now, if you're feeling any sharp pains that aren't a feel-good type of pain, then you might not should be doing this. And I'm not with you. I cannot, call that. That has to be you calling that. Down. Awesome. I forgot what we're doing next, so give me a second. One of my most favorite moves ever for mobility. This I actually know the name of. It's called an open book. I was prescribed this exercise by a physical therapist for sciatic nerve tension. And my mom was prescribed this exercise for spinal stenosis, also which contributes to sciatic pain. So what you're going to do first is slide a cute little snotty Roddy out of the way. And then you're going to lay on your side. I'm hoping that you can see the angles of my legs. My arm is straight out. Roll the other shoulder onto the top of that shoulder. You want your knees at a 90-degree angle with your hip and your feet at a 90-degree angle with your knees, or as close as you can. So when you inhale, you're going to extend your fingers slightly past your bottom hand. I don't know if you can see that. And then on your exhale, you're going to open your book. So here we go. We inhale. And then exhale it open. Inhale and close. Exhale and open. Now, if you notice, shoulder, hip, kind of doing the same things here with these open books. Inhale. And open. So you may not be able to get that shoulder down like me. And that's okay. You keep doing this and you will. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Awesome. Now I'm going to take this up a notch, and this was not in my notes. I've just decided that I want to do it. We're going to continue with these open books, but for 5 more reps on this side, but in a different way. So I want you to take this bottom hand and place it on your knees. If you need to scoot your knees up a little bit, go for it. And then you're going to bring this hand and we're going to draw a circle, okay? So inhaling and exhaling as what feels good for you, because it's not going to be as cut or dry. So we're just going to keep our hand on the ground for as long as we can. Flip the hand when the shoulder makes us. Coming around. Oh, yes, please. And then come back the way you came. Now, you might be finding some little sticky spots in this. Meaning right about here, your shoulder might go, no. That means you need to rotate. Also, you might feel a little like, happening as you go around. If you're not getting that shoulder and that arm to the floor, don't panic. It's okay. Mimic the movement where your body wants you to. As you get more mobile, that's why we're doing this, to gain mobility, you may be able to do that. I'm getting my shoulder down, and I'm able to keep my whole hand on the ground, but that's because I do this a lot. I think this is number 4. It might be number 5. I don't know. We're going to do one more and then switch. All right. Other side. So you may be thinking, why are we focusing on the hips or the chest if we're trying to relieve a tight back? Well, because tight hips contribute to tight back. Also, because our backs, if they're not doing the things that they're meant to do, which is rotating, twisting, and moving, that's how they get stuck and that's how they get tight. So we're starting with those regular old open books. So I'm going to show you a different thing you can do with your arms. Either way, whatever feels good to you is how you can do this, okay? Same concept and position. So here we go. We inhale and exhale. Now, this side for me is way tighter. I'm not getting that shoulder down to the ground. Why am I telling you that? Because you may notice that. Exhale. Yourself. Inhale. Exhale. And there it went. My shoulder is now down on the ground and I can feel the stretch in my hip even more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Let that air out. Now we're going to grab the knees. Do these little circular open book situations for 5. So bring it around. Shoulder not wanting to budge on this side, but she will. Come back around. Ooh, my shoulder just popped. If something pops and there's no pain associated with that pop, it's okay. Sometimes it's just your joints lubricating, moving in ways they're not used to moving. But if there's pain associated with it, now that's an issue. There was another pop. Don't know what it is about this is my left side. I don't know what side you're actually on, but for some reason this side is always tighter. Even though I'm right-handed. This is number 4. over. Make sure you're not holding your breath. We're not exactly matching the movement to our breath on this one. So just make sure you're not holding it. I've got a lot of little sticky spots on this side. I'm actually even having to put more pressure with this hand on my knees to keep my knees down. Okay, that was our last rep of those. Now we're going into seated hamstring scoots. So I've got a chair for this for today. You could do this on the side of your bed. You can do this on your couch. You can do this standing if you want. I'll show you seated for this first round, and then next round I'll show you standing if you want to do standing. Okay. You can't see my face. Okay, so sitting up nice and tall, okay? You don't want to round over. You want your chest to stay lifted and your shoulders to stay down and back. On the edge of your seat, you're going to extend your legs straight out in front of you with your toes up. You can't see my toes. Yeah, you know, cameras. But toes up, not down. And you're just going to scoop. Go where you can, okay? I'm actually super flexible in my hamstrings, too, because I've been working on it. This is not something that was natural for me. So I'm bringing my hands and my fingers are all the way down by my toes. However, they're not always like that. So you may not be doing that. You may be right here with your knees and like, oh, that's all I got. And that's okay. That's okay. Meet your body where it is. If you continue to do this every single day, then you will be getting more mobility and you may find things becoming easier to do around the house. One more. Okay, now I've named this seated child's pose. This next move that we're about to do. I got this move from my mom's physical therapist. Why do I say this? I think it's important to give credit where credit is due. I don't want people to think that I invented moves if I didn't. You know what I mean? So you're going to grab a stability ball. If you don't have a stability ball, it's actually not the end of the world. You can mimic this movement with me. But if you have one, you will notice how good this actually feels on your lower back. And if you don't have one, get one. They're super cheap. We're going to have an angry snotty Roddy in a second. I just want you to know. Okay, this one might take the most time. I'm going to count side to side on this one, or actually through the middle. So here we go. We start, again, you don't want to be rounded. Shoulders back, chest lifted. You're going to extend that stability ball out in front of you as far as you can go. You might be someone that can't go this far, and that's okay, okay? Now we're going to go to the side with it. That's the sweet spot right there, though. And then we're going to go to the other side. That's the other sweet spot. I actually really love this one. That's one. We're going back in the center. So this might be where you are today, right? I want to get the benefit from me, so I'm going all the way in. But I don't want you to think that you have to go all the way in just because I am. So when you're doing the side, I guess I'll call this a side child's pose too. You're going to feel that stretch down the side of your body. And It's golden. It just feels so good to me. I love this move. Y'all, I'm pretty sure I lost count, but I think this is number 5. And we may next round only do 5 of these. Just for time's sake. I don't want you to have to feel like, actually, let's just stop at 5. We're doing 3 rounds. And I don't want you guys to feel discouraged by the amount of time it's taking. Please know, though, if you want more, go for it. All right, we're going back to the top. I'm going to do less talking and more doing. That's also because of, 1, because of time. And then also 2, because I've coached. You now know the moves. So unless something that I forgot to say pops into my head, then we're just going to move. All right, back to that cat-cow. We've got 10 of these. Inhale. Actually, let's do 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Oh, pretty sure that was 4. We'll do one more. Inhale. And exhale. All right, now we've got our lying knee pulls. I'm just going to scoot my little chair over. All right, here we go. We're alternating for 10 total. Even though I'm trying to keep this video short, I really wanted it to be 30 minutes. But I think I'm going to be going over that. I still don't want you to speed, right? So let's say you're doing this video and it's your first time doing any of these moves and you've ran out of time. You could stop it and then maybe next time do it a little longer. Hope you're getting a kick out of the Snotty Roddy. Her name is Ayla Ray, in case you were curious. She's 11 months old. She's just a baby. One more. 10. Ayla, you're kind of blending with my clothes. Okay, knees up, arms out in that T. We're going side to side. Now you may notice that you get more movement out of this round. Maybe those knees are actually getting all the way down to the ground this time. Maybe they're not. Mine are not. I could on this side, actually, if there wasn't a Rottweiler in my way. But this side, not. And that's my left side. I don't know exactly why that side is tighter. I'm sure somebody with a degree of doctorate could tell me. All right, that was 10. Now we're going to do the leg up and overs. Little Snotty Roddy, do you mind scooting? Y'all can't see her because I just don't want to kick a dog. Okay. All right, back in that T. Here we go. Straight legs. Up and over. Oh, yeah. That's 1. I'm not matching my movement to my breath on this. But again, do not hold your breath. Oftentimes when we're doing new moves that we've never done before, or if it's particularly challenging, we hold our breath really we should breathe into them. Ooh. Now let's say you've done this video and you just write down all the things and you want to do these on your own next time, go for it. My mom does her mobility exercises every day in her bedroom before she does anything else. She does them in her pajamas, in her bed, with the exception of the cat-cow, because a cat-cow should not be done in the bed because the bed is too squishy. And because she has bad wrists and bad knees. Hey! Look, my foot went down. We got one more. On the left side, too. No less. Please don't chase Cheeto, Ayla. Leave him alone. I don't know if you saw my cat walking by, but she likes to chase him. Okay, what was next? Seated hamstring scoops. I'm going to do this standing this time, but now I'm scared you're not going to be able to see me. So standing up. One. My toe is up. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. So I did it standing. Here, let me go sideways too. Because for me, I get more benefit from the movement from this movement, personally, 8. Because of how mobile my hamstrings are. As you can see, I'm almost on the ground. 1. Now I've lost count. I know, because do one more. But for you, seated might actually be perfect. Okay. Now we've got the stability ball child's pose, or stability ball rollouts. I call it child's pose. Okay. Here we go. Center. Side. To side. That's 1. Center. You know what? Next round, I think I'll show you why I call it stability ball child's pose. However, we won't be able to do it with the ball, but I'll show you another way of doing this movement. But it's going to be more of a static hold. And because it's the last move, static hold will be okay. And I'll explain what that means when we get there. And because I've been talking, I think that's threat number 4. We'll do one more. Other side. Awesome. Okay, that's 5. I'd like to note that my mom, when she first started doing those, I guess I should tell you, my mom is 80 years old. She would feel that here. I think it's partially because of her being in this position, and she doesn't normally be in this position. And when you go down, you're also stretching this area. I think it was also because just a natural tendency for her to flex her inner thighs as she was doing the movement. So I'm just telling you that in case you're feeling it. If there's not pain, I wouldn't worry about it. All right, here we go. Back to the top, which is crazy to me. All right, 5 cat-cows. Inhale. And exhale. Let's add a little core to it. When you inhale, I want you to fill your belly with air. That means your belly is full of air. It's dropping, right? It's like pregnant with air. Now, when you notice, and then when you exhale, I couldn't do it anymore. You pull your belly button towards your spine. Inhale. exhale. That's contracting that core. Inhale. Exhale, pull that belly in. One more inhale. And exhale. Okay. Alternating knee hugs. Oh, you know what? You can stay on the ground. Let me show you what this looks like standing. I'm nervous about the angle of the camera, but I think it'll be okay. You just won't see my face. So if you've been doing it on the floor, you want to keep doing it on the floor, do it on the floor. Otherwise, I'm going to show you standing. So without bending over to grab your knee, just like if you were laying on the ground, you're going to bring your foot to meet your hand. And then if you can, give it a tug. That's one. Now, if you don't feel good balancing on one leg at all, then don't do this. Because my point here is opening up through these hips. I don't want you to be more focused on your balance than actually benefiting the movement, okay? So if you're like, then just go ahead and lay down. It isn't that there's something wrong with you. It isn't that you suck. It's just that I'd rather you be getting the opening of the hips. 6. I'm also sorry you can't see my face standing. I'm a trainer. I'm not a videographer. We have 2 more. One more. And 10. All right, take it back now to the ground for the side-to-side knees. In my T. We're almost all the way over on that side. Not so much on this side. Still feel that, hey girl, feeling right there, right here. It doesn't hurt though. So if it hurts you, then you need to seek professional opinions about that. I can't help with that. But it may be that you just need to not go as far. And just stay here. 10. Good job. All right, now we got the up and over. So everybody meet Cheeto walking by here. I think, yeah, it's Cheeto. He's going to help me keep my hand down there, apparently. Now, oddly, I can't get that foot down this time, whereas last time I did. I think it's because I didn't go as high. Cheeto here is a very, very sociable guy. My other cat, Ojo, is nuts. We call her elusive. She gives you moments when she wants you to have them. It's number 6, I think. I was using my fingers to count, and then Cheeto started coming over to my fingers to get loving. I lost count. All the way down that time. I really should be doing this stuff more. I will do it, I don't know, maybe 3 to 4 days a week, which is obviously better than nothing. So I'm not going to sit here and beat myself up about it. And if that's what you do, especially just starting out, then don't beat yourself up about it either. But to do it every single day, would be actually pretty beneficial. All right, open books. I forgot the open books last round. Cheaty. How did I do that? That's the best one. All right, I'm sorry. I forgot the open books last round. And we're only going to open book this time. We're not going to do the circles. Knees together. This is the best move, so you might want to add on an extra round of it. Inhaling and exhaling. You know what? I'm going to add the extra round of it on. Maybe one more. I say that because I lost counting in. Alright, other side. Cheaty, you gonna do open books with the peoples? Show people how cats do open books? Ooh, you could come show them. Oh, he just did cow or cat on the thingy, but you can't see him. Okay, here we go. Remember, we're inhaling and exhaling. We got one more. Awesome. All right, now we've got the seated hamstring scoops. I'm going to do them seated this time. I just wanted you to see the standing option before. Okay, toes up. And scoop. 1, 2, 3. Now I do want that leg that you're scooping to be straight. I don't know if I specified that before. So if you can't, because you're going too deep into the scoop, you know what I mean, then don't go as high with the scoop. Maybe you're scooping to your knees. Maybe you're scooping to your shins and not your feet. We got one more. Okay, now, if you have the stability ball and you want to continue doing the seated child's pose, as I was calling it, go for it. Or you can meet me on the floor and I'm going to show you another way of doing this move. Now, depending on knees, if your knees do not, first, if you don't like being on your knees, this won't be appropriate for you. However, if your knees are fine going in a bent position, then go for it. We're also not going to use the ball. Oftentimes, I can remember when I've gone to yoga classes or whatever, I'd be trying to go into child's pose, and I'd be like, I don't understand, because my knees were together, and I'd be like this, and I'd be like, I just can't get there. So if you are someone that is well endowed, and you're a female, or maybe you have a midsection that's kind of getting in your way, or maybe you're just like me and it feels better to you, open your knees up. Let them just be wide in this child's pose, okay? If you notice when we were on the chair, our knees were wide. And we're just going to slide out, keeping our heels as close to, our butt as close to our heels as we can. And then we're going to walk over here. And we're going to hold it. So, the stretches we've been doing, or the movements that we've been doing, are called dynamic stretching, meaning you're moving through a stretch. If you're holding like this, then it's called a static stretch. And we're going to hold for this last set. Ayla, can the people see me? All right, walk through the middle. Excuse me, Snotty Money. The people can't see me. And we're going to hold the child's pose in the middle for a second. Thinking about actively pressing your chest towards the ground while keeping your butt towards your heels. What are you doing? Can you let me finish? I'm only allowing you to do this because I bet the people will be thinking you're excuse me. And then you're going to walk over to the other side. Stop it. And we're going to hold here. Now, I'm feeling a little something happening in my shoulder because of the snotty roddy. Like it meant I went too deep, you know? So just back off if you feel stuff like that. And then walk back to the center and come up. Now, because I forgot a set of open books, we're going to do one more set and then we are done. But we're not going to do the circular ones unless they felt good to you and you just want to do them. So laying down, opening our books. Now, you know how when we did the circle, guys, we had our hand here? You can do that with open books as well, especially if you're noticing your knee when you bring your arm over, pop up at all. You can hold it down with that hand. So inhale. This is important. Inhale and exhale. One more. I don't know if you've got any pets at home, but they're probably now searching for their squeaky toys. All right, we're going to rotate to the other side. I'm doing this just to get the ab stretch. Inhale. Left side says thank you, Blakely. Inhale. Last one. Awesome. Come up to seated position. You may or may not have just seen Macho walk by. Thank you for being here with me today. Be proud of yourself for completing that. Do a minimum of 3 times a week. Shoot for every day. And unless you've got an injury that has not been diagnosed or that I don't know about, obviously I'm not a doctor. Again, I feel it's important to keep saying that. Then you should start to feel just, what's the word? Easier? Easier. I don't even want to necessarily say better. You just feel easier. Let me know what you think. And again, thank you for pressing play and have a good day.